because I do oftentimes get asked, Railgan, how do you deal with the cannon rush? And there are different types, right? There are the people that you enter the game and you already know they're gonna cannon rush you, right? Like this guy, De Masiro. This guy plays cannon rush in every single game. So my answer is I go for I sent my 14th drone across the map to go for a 16 pull, and then I get a gas at around 17 supply. With my drone, I build a hatch. I build a hatch in his main. I don't really care much about this hatch. I just want to build a hatch in his main, right? While he is preparing his cannon rush. Then once my pull is done, I start the queen. I start 2 links so I can stop his probe from doing damage to me. And then I try to get a roach warren up. The roach warren is purely defensive. I also start the second queen. This time I fucked it up a little bit, so the second queen was a bit delayed. If the Protoss does not scout this proxy hatchery, he immediately loses. He has to really respond heavily to it. This time he puts down a cannon, a pylon, 2 pylons, and another cannon. So this is 100, 200, 350, 500 minerals that he invested to beat this hatchery. And doing this means that it like takes a lot of the wind out of his sail, right? Usually the Protoss will start put down like 4 cannons here, or 3 cannons, or 5 shield batteries, and we don't want that. We want to slow down the Protoss as much as we possibly can, so that is why I go for the hatch in the main. The hatch is just gonna die. At home I got my second gas, I got my lair on the way, as soon as my second queen popped. Now I'm building 4 more drones, despite me already being saturated, and these 4 drones, if you speed up a little bit, also made the Ravages. Ravages are purely defensive. Like, I could try to harass this, but it's not gonna happen. 2 shield batteries, 3 cannons, a stalker. I have 1 overlord. I had 1 overlord here to scout on him, and if we go back a little bit, like I scouted everything. I scouted with my second overlord, so here's my vision right now. Here's my vision on him. I see everything that he's building, and then I move this overlord back across the map, and I hide this overlord in case he builds an open server or a warp prism and tries to snipe it. How do you deal with Protoss? I'm gonna answer that after this. But so then I put down spine crawlers. When you place these spine crawlers, it's very important first of all that you have good creep spread. I'm gonna put a creep down here with my overlord as well to threaten, so that he has to know scout whether I expanded there. Then my placement, like once my lair is done, first of all I get the infestation pit immediately, and I keep building queens. I'm going to defend this cannon rush with mass queen and mass spine crawlers. And when you position yourself, if you look at these spine crawlers, they can all attack as soon as he enters up here. All these spine crawlers attack. Except this one is a little bit too far back. We're not gonna worry about that. As soon as he walks up the ramp, I have to hit him, right? And the queens are going to zone out his warp prism. At home, building another gateway, nothing special. The queens are just here. I want to zone up this warp prism, right? So what he does now is like, well, I cannot walk up this ramp. He goes in with the adept scout and he like tries to get the warp prism in here, but because I keep building queens, I can stop that without any issues. My second overlord is now in position for me to start harassing him. I could have thrown down the Nydus Swarm a bit quicker. I didn't know how aggressive he's playing this. Here you see like how the fights go. Queens zone the immortals. Try to kill the warp prism. If I cannot kill the warp prism, walk back up the ramp. Then here's my Nydus network. Nydus network is going to be very important. Protoss player is now expanding up here. He's like, well, I mean, if my opponent turtles 1 base, I'm just gonna expand. I Nydus in his main here. I do have a couple options. I prefer Nydus in his main. I could have also Nydus here, dropped Locust, and Nydus his main again. And now the Protoss has a couple options in this scenario, right? Hi, YouTube. The Protoss has a couple options in this scenario. So, option number 1, push up this ramp and kill me. So, that's the first option I need to deny. How do I deny that? 4 spine crawlers, 5 queens, like, right, or 6 rather. You look at that, you're like, okay, well, obviously Railgan, obviously he's not gonna walk up the ramp. You say that, but I had protests that walk up the ramp if you only have like 2 spines, they like go in, poof, 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 spine crawlers down, and then the immortal juggling kills you. We don't want that to happen, so we build a couple more spines, 4 total, and we have queens to defend. Option number 2, recall, kill the Nydus. Right? What that means is this location here gets opened up if he does that. And, well, doesn't really have another option. Those are like the 2 main options that we deal with. So in this game, my opponent decides to recall. He has 1 immortal at the front. I immediately load back into the Overlord, into the Nydus. I killed all the pylons in his main base to slow down his production a little bit. And as soon as he recalls, I walk down the ramp. I wish I would have had more creep spread here, but because I keep building a couple Swarmhosts, I'm able to push into him here a little bit. I cannot completely kill him. He has a couple too many shield batteries ready. And I focused on the cannons first. Cannot quite finish him off, so I just retreat. As soon as he killed the Nydus Swarm, throw down another one. Same time, I still keep pushing over here because his army is not at the front yet. He retreated back home with his immortals once again. He's starting to probe up this space. His main base is starting to get empty. Another Nydus Swarm hits, and this time I'm able to clean his space because this time around he cannot recall. I throw down a couple more spine crawlers just to be safe, right? You don't want to suddenly die. Goal number 1 is kill his main base. Once his main base is done, we can move on to other things. I don't want to throw down more locusts here, so I have a queen here to spread a little bit of creep. Make certain that I don't miss anything, and have some roaches to deal damage. Now I have to stop his frontal push. Not that difficult, because I have a lot of queens, some locusts push him down the ramp, and the spine crawlers hold on. Went a little bit too far forward there with my queens. I can just kind of chill here, you see? Like, I can just chill. The spine crawlers do a lot of damage to him. As soon as his warp prism overextends, always try to focus down the warp prism. Now the Protoss has actually a better economy than I do. If you check up here, he has 1k minerals. I have 500 minerals because my main is mining out. So option 1, expand here. Option 2, expand here. Option 3, I don't know, expand anywhere on the map. Usually I try to expand to my natural and push him away. In this case, I could have also expanded to the main, but that doesn't really do much. I could have expanded to the Protoss natural, but I kind of my goal was just to stop this expansion up here. So what I do is I move an overseer. I don't know where the Protoss expanded, right? I first have to figure that one out. So I'm using my locusts to push back his main army, and I try to kill his robo. Actually, I get an immortal there, that's really nice. Try to clean up his frontal assault. Queens once again move in position to zone the prism. He's a bit scared, he doesn't know if I have more queens. And I try to push him back. Throw down some changeling here, and now my roaches are scouting down here, and I see the space, so what do? Immediately turn around, throw down a Nydus. Try to expand at home. By expanding at home, I should have killed that robo dude, 18 HP. By expanding at home, I force him to attack into me and waste his time, and at the same time I can take down this space. If I kill this space, the game is over, right? The Protoss has no more mining, he has this nexus here. But for the time being, I'm up 50 supply right now. Protoss has no mining, and he doesn't have an army that can push into my queens and spines. So I'm winning the fight here. I'm winning the fight here. Killing those. And all he can do now is run away again. Of course, he could have... I don't know at this point whether my opponent has another base or not. So what I do is I clean up. Clean up over here with a roach slowly. Defend at home with my queens. I'm still one basing, so my income isn't the best either. I just fight him with queens in check. Oh, there I actually got the prism. Then I find the space down here. As soon as I do that, go down, Nydus. Almost come out of the Nydus. Throw down locusts. Another Nydus. Army gets cleaned up. this base is gonna die. And this game looked weird, right? As I said, a very weird looking game. But it's kind of how most of my games against these cannon rushes go. Nydus the main, or proxy edge in the main, they build buildings. Nydus the main, kill the main, push them back over here, kill their expansion, kill their other expansion, kill their army, they leave the game. Some try to walk up the ramp and immediately die, but yeah. That's mostly it. So I hope that explained it.